Have you ever been in a discussion with someone and that person is trying to convince you of something, but at the same time is trying to pull emotion out of you in a manipulative way? It's probably an appeal to emotion. So keep listening if you want to hear what it is exactly and how you can counter it. Hi, my name is Sylvain, and welcome to Steelman, where we discuss critical thinking, debate, and philosophy. All of this in order to become a better thinker. So it's also my journey to become a better thinker, and like to be able to make strong argument. That's something that most people want to be able to do. So, all right. So, what is an appeal to emotion? An appeal to emotion is whenever somebody is trying to convince you of something, but rather than using logical reasoning for that person is using emotion in order to convince you of that something, right? So, also, like, it's important to note that you can have a logical argument that raises some emotion in a person. That's perfectly normal. But the problem with appeal to emotion is that emotion are put on the forefront instead of the logical reasoning. All right. So there are three types of appeal to emotion. The first one is appeal to pity. So, example, uh, John has an interview and is being asked by the interviewer, "So, John, why should we hire you?" And John proceeds to say, "Oh, you should hire me because uh, currently I don't have much money. I need to pay rent soon, and I also have my dog to feed." You know, okay. And so in that case, I think it's easy to see that, you know, uh, it's not a valid reason to being hired by somebody, and you see like the weight of the emotion that are being put like on the at the forefront, right? Uh, so yeah, that's the perfect example of like appeal to pity, because like you're asking for that person like uh, to give you what you want. You're trying to convince the person of something by seeking pity, and like that's the whole problem. Like there's no logic in the argumentation of that. So another type of appeal to emotion is appeal to pity. So let's say that we have John once again. John wants to buy a car, and the seller insists that he buys an electric car. And he tells him, "Oh yeah, you should buy an electric car because otherwise all of your descendants will die an atrocious death in the future." So that's the reason, okay? Uh, I think like most people again will be able to see that, yeah, like the emotion are put in the forefront. Then like, is there some truth perhaps? I think it's debatable. Like there's always like climate change, all that stuff. Like it's always like a huge debate. But the problem in that argument is that the emotion, the fear is put at the forefront, and the seller doesn't give much reason. It just says, "Oh yeah, you should do that because otherwise your descendant will die an atrocious death." You know, it just says that. So it's not a good argument. It's a fallacious argument because of that. Because the emotional. So there are much others type of appeal to emotion. I think that one for like any emotion that you can think of, like there's most likely an appeal to emotion that can be made out of that. But I would like to hear your thoughts, your experience. You can put them in the comment section. All the appeal to emotion that you've encountered probably. Uh, and yeah, let's have a discussion. And thank you very much once again to listen to this video. Uh, Let me know if you like it by subscribing or giving a like. and I'll see you the next time. See ya.